Nice to meet you.
So one day I asked myself, what if I could turn my mistakes and challenges into stepping stones for others? That's how this podcast was born. I'm Christina Radix, a former dentist and clinic owner, turned coach, speaker and DJ. I'm here to help dental professionals thrive and not just survive. On this show, we will go from stress to success through real stories, mindset tools, and my 3+5 formula for work-life harmony. This episode is proudly sponsored by Smiler. Smiler connects patients with the best dental clinics for their unique needs. And through Smiler Pro, dentists can find the right patients for them. It's a new era of trust-based, transparent dental care for both sides. Thank you, Smiler, for supporting our mission to help dental professionals live and work with purpose. Learn more at smiler.com. Please subscribe, comment, and share if you believe that the dental world needs more fulfilled, grounded, and inspired people. So let's dive in.
Are you a friend with Afif Hadi?
Yeah. So I've spoken to Afif quite a few times. Yeah.
That day we had the podcast, and that day when I published it, then I was really happy and surprised that you contacted me. So I was like, here we have a young dental student who wants to tell his story and
100%.
share his.
100%, yeah.
So
Afif
I love that.
Afif is someone I've spoken to, and a wise man, as you said, for his age. So I've spoken to him a lot of times, and someone I can definitely talk to about my ambitions as well. And it's good to be around people like-minded, you know. Yeah,
that's really important, and I didn't really understand that when I was young. I had the mindset that I had to struggle and figure out everything myself, but. Your generation, you're much smarter, so you understand that you can learn by listening to other people's mistakes.
Especially with the world of social media, I think it's something, you know, it would be wrong if we didn't use the resources we had. So, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. So you're studying dentistry in Valencia?
Yeah, in Valencia. Yeah, I'm actually in Valencia right now. We just had FIAS yesterday, if you know what FIAS is.
Yeah, you had it yesterday.
Yeah, literally, it was the last day yesterday. It was absolutely crazy with the fireworks and the statues and the burning and the smoke. But yeah, it's a really nice experience. I mean, I literally experienced the culture in the last 3 weeks, but it's been great being out in a different country, learning a different culture, a new language. And it's different to England, so I really do enjoy it.
Is it the second year you're living in Valencia?
Yeah, so I'm in the second year, so I've had a bit of a different journey, let's say, to the normal pathway into dentistry. So I started off doing medicine at the University of St Andrews in Scotland. So that was during COVID, so a very different time to what it is now. But yeah, I just didn't see myself doing medicine as a career as such. Obviously, I loved the course. It was a prestigious university, and it was an honour, to be honest, to be studying medicine at a uni of that height. But in terms of, I always do believe when you're 17 and when you're 21, 22, you are a completely different person. So making a choice of a whole career such as medicine at the age of 17, 18, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into at that age. But as the years went on, I realised, okay, this is maybe not what I want to do going forward as a career. So,
do you remember what it was? Sorry for interrupting you, but do you remember what it was that made you feel that maybe this is not for me?
If I'm being honest, I felt like from the start, it was something, as I got into it more and more, I was put off by the idea of, working for a big period of time leading up to something that would be surgical training or core training. And then, I've seen this journey in my parents and in their lives. So maybe that's something I've seen, and I thought maybe for my ambitions, my goals, this isn't exactly what, would fast track it as such. But I remember even in first year or second year, I was thinking, oh, is this really something I want to be doing? And when you're having those thoughts, medicine, you have to be 120% into it. You can't just be 40-50% thinking, shall I do it, shall I not? You have to be all in. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it. I've seen it in the lives of doctors. I've seen it in the lives of my parents, to be honest. They've given a lot away for me, for my life. So, I just knew I had to respect the profession, and I had to say to myself, maybe I'm not ready to make that sacrifice.
That was really, really not only brave, but that shows that you have self-awareness, real self-awareness. Are your parents doctors?
Yeah, both of them actually. So I come from an Indian background. So in my culture, if your parents are doctors, it's like, okay, maybe I need to be a doctor as well. So possibly that's one of the reasons I chose medicine to apply to university. But when you get into it, it's your life, not your parents' life. As much as you want to make them proud, which I still do, don't get me wrong. You have to realize, right, this may be not for me. It was for my parents. My parents are amazing in terms of the sacrifice, the hard work, the discipline. And I'm not saying I don't have that hard work and discipline, but I want to channel those energies in a different way, not in that way. So it's really important to realize that.
Strong of you. Yeah, that's really strong of you, because many people continue a path they don't like just because they feel maybe that it's expected from their parents, and then they live a whole life and they're not happy. So I really think that you're doing the right thing. So how does dentistry feel compared to medicine?
Of course, a similar healthcare profession. In the first 2 years, the content's actually really similar as well. But I feel like the exposure to clinical dentistry in 3rd, 4th, and 5th year is something that medicine doesn't really offer in that way. I feel like when you leave dental school, you are ready to be a dentist. You are a dental surgeon, and you're ready to go out there and perform dentistry. In medicine, when you leave medical school, you have just started your journey and you don't know anything. You are getting thrown into the deep end, and this is where you start your journey in medicine. When you do your F1, F2 years, and then obviously with your training. So I feel like dentistry gives you that early exposure into the clinical side, into the hands-on industry as well. And I always felt like being hands-on is something that excites me. And obviously the entrepreneurship, the business side of dentistry is something that I chose dentistry for. It linked to my passion for entrepreneurship and healthcare. And I thought dentistry was a perfect option to go for.
And by having that mindset, I can say that you have a high chance to get success, because that is what the mindset you will need. And unfortunately, I don't know how it is in Valencia, but they don't teach that entrepreneurship. They don't teach the leadership or the business. So if you have that as an interest, you will have success. But most
100%.
of the time, the stress that we feel is that we are only into the technical skills, and we don't know about leadership or money or financial, and we get lost, we feel pressure and get stressed. So that's a really advanced advantage that you have that interest. I just have to tell you a story that I think of that story. They made a study, actually. They had 2 book clubs, equally boring. The only difference was that to enter one of the book clubs, you just had to do the registration and you could start immediately. In the other book club, to enter, you had to do oral test, practical test, all different kind of tests. So it was not for everyone. And then they asked the easy to enter book club, how is the book club? And they said, it's boring. It's the most boring book club ever. And then they asked the other, that was the same, how is the book club? And everybody said that it's the best book club ever because it was so hard to enter. So the conclusion from that is the harder and the more money, effort, tears, sweat you put into something, the less self-awareness you will have. And that happens to many people in medicine. I'm not saying that medicine or dentistry is boring. I'm just saying that the more effort we put, the less we realize how we actually feel, because we just have a goal that this is what we have to do, this is what we have to finish. Doesn't matter if I like it or not. We don't even allow ourselves to feel. So I'm really proud of you that you allow yourself to feel what you...
Yeah, 100%. Funny you said that, actually, because even in the lives of my parents, I've seen that, just like you said, in medicine and dentistry, let's say, you feel almost consumed by the workload or consumed by that lifestyle. And it takes over your life in a way that, yes, you don't really allow yourself to maybe feel or enjoy the things that you want to, or, as I said, the sacrifice you're really making is all those things that you might want to be doing with your family, your friends. But yeah, it's a true story. I've seen it firsthand. It's important to feel. I do really believe in that. Believe in allowing yourself to feel, making sure your mental health is 100%, because, you know, those things are important as well. It's not just being successful. It's not just being rich or making money or, you know, being the best dentist. It's also about how you feel inside, how people feel around you, how you're making them feel. So it's important, you know, all sides of things like that. So when it comes to medicine, dentistry, amazing professions, but we need to be humane at the same time.
Do you have any training in mental health and taking care of yourself?
Well, actually,
you can be honest. You can be honest.
Yeah, I've actually told you about my injury. So I've been injured for a long period of time. So I've actually had a lot of time to myself in this period, in the last year, let's say, with myself, knowing what I feel, how I react to situations, and it's given me an opportunity to understand the way I feel, the way I process things. I've also spoken to obviously a lot of healthcare professionals about my situation. So yeah, it's crazy how an injury like this can have an impact on the way you think, the way you process things, the way it affects your mental health. Because prior to this injury, I'm a very active person. I love being fit, a fitness freak almost. I play sports. So it's definitely had an impact on my social, professional, and personal life for sure. But in this way, I've been able to understand, right, okay, this is a way I can be better as a person. I can use this opportunity to be a better person, to better process things that may be tough like this. So while it is a very tough time in my life, you know, I've tried to better my mental health, better the way I think or process things. So and also speaking to healthcare professionals about mental health, about obviously my pain as well, it's given me a better viewpoint of everything really. As they say, you have 99 problems until you have a health problem, and then you have one problem. So I've now realized that is actually true. I do appreciate that, and it's given me a different viewpoint, which I really do appreciate. I have a new respect for people that go through these kind of things, and it's not just about how can I be successful. You know, people are in this race of success, being the best they can be, which is a really good thing, and I really do enjoy that as well.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Somebody's knocking on my door. One.
Okay, no worries.
I'm so sorry. It's incredible. Every time it's something important, somebody has to knock the door.
Nah, that's not a problem.
Please continue. After having chronic pain,
So yeah, in terms of, obviously I said, you have 99 problems until you have a health problem, and then you have one problem. So I really appreciated that now. I do understand that, you know, there are more things to life than just success or, you know, trying to be as successful or rich as possible. While obviously that is a goal for many, it's important to understand, you know, there are different things, you know, family time, mental health, all these things are really important as well. So we need to keep in touch with these things while we push towards our goals, we go towards our aims, and, you know, we all want to be successful, but it's giving me a different viewpoint, and it's definitely showing me that there are more things to life than just that. So yeah, I really do appreciate this. You know, I want to be a better person after all this, and I think I will be.
Yeah. So what routines or what do you do to build up your mental strength and mental resilience now when you're going through difficult
definitely I've been doing some mindfulness, meditation, you know, visualizing things that I want to be doing, because obviously in a tough situation like this where you're not physically incapable of doing some things almost, so it's important to always think positively, even though in this situation it almost feels like only negative thoughts can creep into your mind. I almost try to banish them out of my head and think positive things. It's important to also have a really good support system for that. So I'm grateful for my parents that they have been helping me through all this, and my friends. So yeah, it's important to have a really strong support system, not only in situations like this, but in life really. Around all successful people, you can see they have a really strong support system. I'm sure you do as well. So having that support, having positivity around you is important to, you know, feel positive, manifest strong energies, and almost have started believing in energies now. And, you know, it's so important to not just think, you know, negatively. These kind of things I never used to think about before. Almost was like, oh mate, like that's not true, mate, that's not real. But after something like this, after 1 year, 2 years, after something like this, you're like, okay, maybe it is real, maybe it is something I need to think about. So, you know, they say that some things happen for a reason, and I feel like I'm going to take this as there was a reason for this, and this is the reason, you know, a different viewpoint, a different person. And yeah, I think it's cool almost that this has happened. It's cool.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I totally get that. And I'm thinking about those things a lot, that it's like when you go through something difficult, it could be in different ways. In your case, it was an accident. It could be a burnout, loss. But it's like you come to a point where you don't have, or you get like sick, you get mental health issues, or you go through a difficult period, but then you become much stronger. You see things in ways that you couldn't see before. It's almost like you get enlightened. Like maybe it sounds like woo-woo, but it's like you see things and you start to see in perspective, like you said. And that is what I think that Steve Jobs was speaking about. Looking back at your life, you can connect the dots. You see patterns like, whoa, was this something I had to learn? And how could I don't know if you have felt that, but I am sure you will feel like, I want to help other people who have been in my situation, you know? That's 100%. The next step. That
is the next step. Honestly, I've been thinking that for so long now, that I want to actually give back now, you know? Yes, I'm working towards the success. Yes, I want to be the person I want to be. But what's all that for if I'm not helping people that were in my situation once, you know? So yeah, another viewpoint, you know, another way, another lesson to learn, to, you know, give back to the community as well. 100%. That's the next step. After I'm back from all this, after, you know, those goals are achieved, it'll be giving back to the community, 100%.
Yeah. And it all comes into perspective. Like now, it will not be so easy to break you. Whatever will happen in your life, it's like, but I remember what happened back then. So you will see life in a different way. Like what can
100%.
break other people, you will just be laughing like, well,
Yeah, it can't
this
be
will
worse than
pass
that, can
too.
it?
No,
It'll
no.
be like that, honestly. And I think
So
these kind of
how does it
situations.
affect?
No.
Sorry, yeah.
No,
So
go on.
how does it affect your like I told you when we were speaking earlier, or I sent you the mail, like in as dentists we have to sit in strange positions. Do you feel that the pain when you're sitting in the dental chair, for example?
Yeah, 100%. But it's something that, you know, it's almost like I have to do it now. I have to get through this, whatever that may be. It's not easy, obviously, this profession, in terms of sitting in strange positions. You have to be on your feet a lot. So, yeah, managing that is important as well. But luckily, because I'm in second year, there's not too much clinical stuff going on. So it's really important for me that in third year I'm back to fitness, or, you know, at least get in there so I can take part in the clinical side of things. But even in my mind right now, even if I'm in a situation like this, or even worse, I'm going to do what it takes. If I have to take my mum with me, I will take my mum with me. It doesn't matter. I have to go and I have to do the clinical side of dentistry. I have to. There's no option really. I have to go. I have to do it. So that's something I've told myself. So I think that's a positive way of looking at it. Of course, I want to be better, but even if I'm not, I'll go and do it. I'll be there. I'll be there at 8 a.m.s speaking to patients. 100%. I'll be there.
And you know what I have learned in life is that, let's say, sometimes we want something, we go for something, we put all our energy, and it still doesn't work out. What I feel in life is like, okay, so life is telling me something. I have to walk in another path. It's something else there for me. So I'm just saying, like, if it would be like you feel that I cannot work full-time clinically, but what can I do? Because there are so many different paths. Many times we see dentistry just like, sitting in the dental chair and work from Monday to Friday, from 7 to 5 p.m. But it's not like that. There are so many different options there. So you can create the life that fits your mental health, your physical health. So it's just up to you to decide. So
100%.
There's no problem.
I've been trying to, you know, visualize that. Like, what do I want to do? Do I want to be a clinical dentist? Do I actually want to pursue that? Or do I want to go down the business or entrepreneurship side of dentistry and open up different practices? So it's still something that I'm looking at. I think, obviously, everyone says, I want to open practices. And of course, so do I. But to look into the actual thing and having a look at how it happens. So I've been speaking to, actually, I thought you had Andy on the podcast as well. Someone I've spoken to, obviously, an inspiration to me. But speaking to someone like that really gives you a viewpoint. You know, picking the brains out of an established professional, it shows you, you know, what is actually possible, what you can actually achieve in dentistry. So yeah, like yourself, like Andy, it's so important to have that network with people with so much experience in the world of dentistry, because compared to you guys, I'm a baby in this. So if I can learn from you guys, it's putting me in a better position in the future, and I hope to obviously achieve big things as well. So it's important to speak to people who have achieved big things like yourself.
But you are so open-minded. I had another podcast guest today earlier. She's a dental student in Tunisia. And I'm always so surprised that your generation, you're so open-minded. I think there are several things. My conclusion is this. You have seen a lot of things on social media during your lifetime. You have seen different lives, but you have also seen the burnout in your parents or burnout around you, my generation. So you have seen and you go like, I don't want that kind of life. Am I right?
Yeah, to put it that way, I think the previous generations didn't have the resources that we have today. Like I said, when they burnt out, they didn't know how to deal with it. When their mental health was being affected, they didn't even know if it was being affected or not. They were almost so much consumed in their professions that they didn't give themselves that time to take a step back and realize, okay, this is affecting me in this way. Let me do something about it. And when you do this for years and years and decades, it has an effect on you that sometimes you can't even change, you know. It shapes and molds you into the person you are in the future. So I think it's so important. I'm still young. I know I'm feeling old, but at this age is the time to, you know, be open-minded, speak to people, get everyone's viewpoint on different things. Always so important to have a different perspective. I've always felt that way as well. Always keep your mind open to things, have a different perspective about different things. So yeah, 100% I think we can learn from the previous generations as well. You don't always have to surround yourself with people who've done good. Sometimes you have to be around the bad and realize, okay, let's just flip this. Let's not do this. And that's something Andy told me as well. So
yeah,
100% I think that's something I'll take on.
That's what I do. I speak about my mistakes, what I did wrong, and in that way I want to help other colleagues and dental students. And I got to know myself, connect with myself when I was 45. So I mean, you are ahead. Just like you said, I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize that I was disconnected. I just did what I thought I had to do and what I thought was life, until one day it hit me like I even questioned life. What was life for? And that was when it felt like I was standing on a cliff, like I have to do a change, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And today I'm grateful.
Would you say that you felt like you didn't recognize the person you'd become even? Like, did you even see yourself becoming that person?
Yeah, I felt, in one way, it's so strange because in one way, I was the dentist who had my clinic. I had patients that came from UK, from everywhere, wanted to see me. So I had what I wanted. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I was like, but then why am I not happy? Am I not grateful? Or will I never be happy with what I have? Am I crazy? So I didn't understand that it was not anymore the life that I did want, because I overdid it. I was too many hours at the clinic, too many years. And that is something I want to say to you and for the listeners, that we change, everything changed. All the cells that we have, except the heart and the lungs, change every year, every week, so we think that just because we had one goal at one point, doesn't mean that you want the same thing in next year or in 10 years. I'm not saying, by saying that, I'm not meaning that we have to change profession all the time. I'm just saying that if you're not happy, I mean, in 100 years, we will not be alive anyway. People will not remember us. You have to be happy, whatever that means. And that is by following our passions, our superpowers. So by telling, now you have experienced how it is to have chronic pain. That is also a superpower with your mindset, because you can understand a group of people or understand a feeling that I cannot understand. And that's a skill, that's a superpower if you use it correctly. And then you like the financial part. You told me before you studied dentistry that you were a seller or something in sales business. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I actually did a job in sales. So after I left medicine, I had basically like 8 months till I started dentistry. So I thought, this is the moment. I've told my parents I don't want to do medicine anymore. So this is the moment I prove to them that I have the talent, or I have that discipline, I have that hard work that I've said I have, but I need to show it now. So I did a job in sales where I was selling Wi-Fi door to door. Not the most luxurious job in the world, and it was a very tough job as well. On your feet all day, going door to door, speaking to different types of people. And 100%, after you leave medicine at such a prestigious university, you don't really expect yourself to be doing something like that. And even though the days were tough, I was like, no, I need to do this to improve. I need to do this to build that resilience, that mindset. And speaking to 500 people every day, 500 new faces, smiling even though you don't want to be smiling, learning those sales techniques. And eventually I ended up doing a good job at it. I was learning on the job. I was selling. I was one of the highest sellers in the country. But that all didn't matter to me. It really didn't, because the lessons I learned from that job really have shaped me to who I am today. And I think almost that's why I sold the most, because I didn't care about the sales. And when I said this to people, they were like, oh my God, you've changed my whole perspective on everything. I said, just don't care about sales. Just go out there, have some chats with people, smile. If you make them smile and you have a good time, it'll come. Just don't put pressure on yourself. And so many people came back to me saying, oh my God, I had the best week I've ever had in my life last week, just after watching your video. And I was like, yes, man, just take the pressure out of it. And I feel like that's not only in sales, that's in life. Take the pressure out of the situation. I almost thrive on pressure, because I feel like this is the moment that we have to perform. This is the moment that we wanted, right? If you're under pressure, this is the moment we wanted to be in. So, yeah. And I do.
How did you learn that?
To be fair, I think I owe that to my parents, because they put me in situations where I've dealt with pressure situations at a young age. I played sports, so I played cricket at a representative level from the age of 8. And you're in high pressure situations in games. You're in high pressure situations in academia, when you're around people that are high level performers. In academics as well, you're in competition. You need to perform. So I think it's important that while we want to perform, we need to understand how to deal with that pressure. We need to understand how to channel that energy in the right way, which I feel like I've started to learn now. But I've still got a lot to learn. I'm so young, and I
we
want to learn
every day.
Exactly.
We learn every day.
You said that you learned something so big about yourself at 45. So there's no timeline to this at all. We learn every day. I'll learn something in 10 years, in 20 years. So I just want to learn now. I've got, when you're young, even you would relate to that you have that fire that I want to do something. But as I'm getting a little bit older now, I'm thinking, let's calm down. It'll come. Put yourself in the right positions, in the right situations, and the right things will come to you. So, yeah.
Do you think that accident? Do you think that accident helped you to calm down, to realize, maybe to enjoy more the present moment?
I'd say in the last few months, yes. Before, no. And I'll be honest with myself, because I wanted to get back to fitness so much. I was going after something that was running away from me almost. And when you go after something that you can't have, it's almost so frustrating. There's tears, there's frustration, there's anger. There's so many negative feelings associated with that. But when the new year turned and I went to myself, maybe I need to accept the situation I'm in. This is the truth. This is what I'm in right now. And the quicker I accepted it, the better I felt about the situation. I've started living in the present moment more. I've been speaking to people more. I almost isolated myself from the society. I'm actually quite an extroverted person, I'd say, but I realized, you know what, maybe I'm not, maybe I am. I don't know anymore. But I've been speaking to people, I feel like I've been getting to know myself as well, which is interesting. When you're around people all the time, you don't spend time with yourself almost. So At least I've been spending time with myself, getting to know myself a little bit more. But yeah, I feel like calming me down. I think now I'm calm. Now I think about things not impulsively, and it is important that if something like this has happened, I learn from it, and I've made that my goal to learn from this situation and make myself better in some way, shape, or form. Sure, this will leave some things that might be negative, and that's okay. That's natural. But as long as I learn, as long as I want to learn from this and be better in the future, I'll be happy with myself.
And that's a mindset thing as well. Doesn't matter what happened, you always have the option to say, so what does, if we're now going to use universe, for example, what does universe want to tell me here? What is it meant that I have to learn here? So that is something that I really, doesn't matter what, like, okay, I really wanted this to work and it didn't work. Okay, so I feel like that when it comes to me being a coach now instead of a clinical dentist, that because I literally tried everything to make it work. I learned from my mistakes, I delegated, I tried to step back, to have more time for myself, but it didn't matter what happened, I always ended up feeling bitter or feeling that I was in the wrong place. So I really think that I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be speaking about these things to help other people not going through burnout and listening to themselves.
Thank you so much for listening to From Stress to Success. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe, share it with a colleague, or leave a comment so more dental professionals can build fulfilling lives with harmony and purpose. A big thank you again to our sponsor, Smiler, for making this podcast possible. Until next time, take care and keep rising.